Greetings, friends, and happy Holy Week. Today is Maundy Thursday. If you're not familiar with that language, Maundy comes from the Latin word mandatum, which is a word that we translate as commandment. And on this day in history, Jesus established not only the Lord's Supper, but he also washed his disciples' feet as an example and a demonstration of a new commandment he said that he was giving to them on this day. This is from John chapter 13. Jesus said, "Little children, yet a little while and I am with you. You will seek me, and just as I said to the Jews, so now I also say to you, where I am going you cannot come. A new commandment I give you, that you love one another, just as I has loved you, and you also are to love one another. By this all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." And it was in that context that he washed his disciples' feet and established the Lord's Supper. And so tonight on Maundy Thursday, we're going to have our usual, normal Maundy Thursday service, but it will be a little bit different. Last night we were at home and my youngest son saw some sparkling lemonade in the refrigerator and asked if he could have some, and we said no, that was going to be for our Easter lunch. And he kind of jokingly, kind of frustrated, said, "Oh, well, Easter's fake this year." It's not fake this year in any way, shape, or form, but it is different. And so tonight we're going to gather. It's going to be live streamed. We will not be celebrating the Lord's Supper together, and there's an email coming out today that I've written that will explain why that is and all that we are going to try to do over the next coming weeks and months while we are not able to celebrate the Eucharist because we're not able to gather together and worship. But we will still wash one another's feet. There'll be a time in the midst of the service for you at home to be able to wash your loved one's feet, your roommate's feet, socially distanced. I'm not exactly sure how that will work, but figure it out. Be prepared. Have some water, a bowl, and some towels in order to be able to wash one another's feet. And then also, and that, by the way, begins at 6:30 tonight. Tomorrow night, Good Friday, our usual 6:30 Good Friday service as well, in which we'll have a dramatic reading of the gospel and the last few hours of Jesus' life. Josh Keller, Pastor Josh, he will have the part of Jesus, and he's already begun preparing for that because yesterday he took our Lenten wooden cross that is in the middle of our courtyard here at the church, and he carried it all the way to the corner of our property. And he wasn't trying to get into character or prepare himself for tomorrow night. But what he was doing was very kindly moving the cross for us and putting it on the corner of our property near our All Saints Church sign because that cross is going to, as always at Easter, it's going to flower. It's just a wooden cross throughout Lent, but on Easter morning, it will be wrapped in flowers and flowering with signs of life, whereas before it was just signs of lifelessness and death, now signs of life. And you'll be able, if you'd like, on Saturday it will flower a little bit early. You can come by, you can see that. You can even come by and maybe you toss flowers out of your car window, maybe even get out. Don't necessarily touch the cross, but come out, leave flowers there at the foot of the cross. Maybe you do that Sunday morning. I know many of you have taken advantage of our ordering of dozens and dozens of cross donuts. We always have cross donuts here at All Saints on Easter. We're still having them made by Donut Taco Palace. And you can order your donuts online to go by, pick them up, and then maybe you come by before our 10 a.m. Easter service begins and you bring a flower and you toss that flower there at the foot of the cross. It would be a wonderful sign of sorts, not only to us, but to all of our neighbors, that Easter's not fake this year. It's real. It's happening, that Jesus still is alive, that he did in fact die and he did rise from the dead on Easter thousands of years ago. And we continue to celebrate it now in the midst of all of that which we face with the health crisis. It still doesn't end Easter. And so I look forward to celebrating with you, to worshiping with you tonight, 6:30 p.m., Friday evening, 6:30 p.m., Sunday morning at 10. And God bless you until then. We'll see you soon.